Morning as you go to the Chitas of today. Today is Monday, which is the second reading in Parshas Nitzavim. We're holding on chapter 29 in the book of Deuteronomy, verse number 12. Laman Hakim Eischa Yom Leilam, in order to establish you this day as his people. And he'll be to you as a God, like he spoke to you, as he promised your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Rashi says, in order to establish you this day, why does God here warn Israel against idolatry by making such a grave oath and severe curses? Unlike any other commandments, we would simply make a warning and attach a punishment. The command was transgressed. Here he goes to such a trouble here for the purpose of keeping you as a people. Since he promised not to exchange you for another nation, so therefore, the Torah, the God is very careful that Jews should not worship idols, chas v'shalom. That would break avodah zarah. Worshiping idols will break that connection. Since God has given his word and he has sworn to his forefathers not to exchange their offspring for another nation, therefore he ensures his faithfulness to him by binding you through this oath, so that they not provoke his anger, because he cannot separate himself here. It's a problem. Until here, I've explained this passage according to the simple sense. There's a Malek explanation as follows. Why is Parshas Sodom connected to the curses in Parshas Kisavim? Because when Israel heard 98 curses, when the Jewish people listening to Moshe Rabbeinu giving his speech, and he then gave them 98 curses. So they said to him, they turned pale. And they said, how can we endure these curses? And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu said, relax. You have provoked God to anger him many times, yet he has not made an end to you. So therefore, even though I gave you all these curses, don't worry, the Eivishter God is not going to destroy you. Indeed, you still exist before him. You stand before the Lord today. Hayom, this day you exist now, just as this day exists. Although it became dark for a period, last night was dark, nevertheless, it comes a new day. It shines again. So to hear God said God had made light for you. And he will again make light for you in the future. And the curses and suffering preserve you and enable you to stand before him. The curses by preventing you from straying from serving him. And the suffering by cleansing of your sins. Similarly, the previous Parsha, Kisavim, Moshe Rabbeinu spoke of conciliation. You have seen all that the Lord has done for you. So therefore, don't worry so much about all the curses. Atem Nitzavim, course, we're now passing from one leader to another, from one leadership of Moshe to Joshua. Therefore, Moshe made them stand in assembled ranks in order to encourage them. Joshua did the same when he gave it over before he died. And so did Shmuel HaNavi do it. And so did Saul. We give, when one leader gives it over to the next leader. Verse 13. But not only with you, I'm making this covenant, in this oath. Because I'm making this covenant with every Jew that is here today. And I'm making this covenant with those that are not here today. What means they're not here today? Also with future generations. Moshe Rabbeinu said this covenant is not only with the Jews that are standing in front of him, but it's with all the Jewish people for history until Mashiach comes. And that completes the Chumash of the day. We now go to the Tanya of the day. We are holding a new letter of the Rebbe, Alter Rebbe, a new letter. And he starts his letter with the statement, with a pasuk. Siv, it's written a pasuk. Ma yafa umanamta, how beautiful and how pleasant. Ava bitanugim, Ayub, Ava bitanugim, a love, a delight. How beautiful and pleasant is to cleave to you with Ava bitanugim. The Alter Rebbe is going to explain there's two kinds of Ava. There's two levels of love. One level is Ava bitanugim, a Ava of delight. So that's a concept of a love that experiences delight in the state of cleaving to the beloved one. When I cleave to my beloved, I have a tainug, I have a delight. As opposed to a love which the lover seeks to cleave to the beloved. Not because of a delight, but because of I want to connect to my beloved. In a base, I was saying there are two loves, two kinds of love, each which subdivide further. Achas ava b'tainug. One is a ava of delight. Dahainu shemisnaeg alavaya oinig nifla. One delights of the wondrously in God. He has such a great joy. It's like the joy, simchas nefesh. It's the joy of the soul, v'chulasa, and its yearnings. Betama kitay Hashem. How the taste, how the taste of godliness is so delicious. V'noyim v'ni'imus adeva, and it's delightful. It's wonderful, sweet delights. This sweetness is not sensed as a result of one's comprehension. Rather, this sensation and wonderment is which transcends one's comprehension. Me'ein olam haba, mamish. It's like the taste of the world to come. Shenenim chulim, that the righteous sit in the crowns of the head and take delight in the radiance of divine presence, So that's one level of delight that I'm having a great delight in that I have this relationship. It's pashut agashmak. It's pashut delightful. And that's why it's written by the pleasant and the pleasure of godliness. It says, rejoice, righteous, in God. Rejoice in the pleasantness of this relationship. Not everybody merits this delight. And this is the level of love in the Zohar referred to kahana berusa deliba. What is the meaning? Kahana is the kehanim, the priest. Berusa deliba, the awakening of the heart. Literally, the kohen serves God with the innermost desire in his heart, as opposed to the Levites who longed for God, surging rotzui, and found outer expression in song. The service of the Kohanim was silent. So the Leviim sang. The Kohanim served the Eibishter in silence. They had such a love of God. They had such a joy that the joy didn't have an expression. It was the usa, the liba. It was the beauty of their neshama. It was the awakening of their soul, of their hearts. It was not something that you saw. It was something that they felt, a delight in the service of God. But that's why we mentioned these kinds of love in the past, and it's called avodas matan. It's called a love. I have granted you priestly service. To be a kohen is a matana. To be a priest is a matana. It's a gift. And not even, it's a gift on Shemayim. And that's why a priest that was given a gift to be a kohen has the right to do the service in the Beis Hamikdash. So priestly level of love, b'tainugim, is a gift from above. And v'azon hakodev, even therefore the pasuk says, if a stranger comes close in a manner to the service, is very dangerous. If you don't have this gift, if you don't have this gift of love of God, it might have a negative effect. Because there's no way to attain this love. You cannot attain this love through human effort. Like you can do it through fear. You can't attain this level of love. This level of love, that's Ava Ilah. To receive this level of love is mamish, a gift from Hashemayim. Concerning which the departed soul is asked in the next world, did you labor with awe? So with awe you can have labor, but this love is not capable. Did you toil and acquire the awe of God? But you can't. The Eibishter doesn't ask, did you acquire the love of God? Likewise, woe is to the mortal who do not labor with awe. So you have to reach up to a higher level of awe. You have to work on yourself. As is written in the book Reishis Chachma. It's also concerning awe. It's written in if you will seek it like silver and search for it as a hidden treasure, you will attain the fear of God. This shows that it requires a great intense exertion as one who searches for a treasure. So an explanation over here, it says, it has already been explained in the beginning of Tanya, chapter 42, that when one digs for a treasure that he knows beyond the shadow of doubt that lies buried in the depth of the earth, he will seek tirelessly, knowing with certainty that the fear of heaven lies buried in understanding in the heart of every Jew, will lead to similarly untiring efforts in revealing the spiritual treasure. However, this only applies to fear and awe of God. Even the lofty degree of awe, Yireh Ilah, you can find, is attainable through man's effort. As the Alter Rebbe said before, there's Yireh Tata, there's a lower level of fear. There's Yireh Ilah, there's a higher level of fear. But the higher level of fear, which is awe and shame, and then realizing the greatness of God, that can be attained and should be attained by every human being. It might take a lot of effort, it might take a lot of exertion, but this level of Ava, this level of true love, this level of true Ava b'tainugim, this love, the love of a tainug, comes from above. He has no preparation. He has no preparation, and he has no intending for himself for it. He basically has nothing. It simply comes as a gift from heaven. How does one get this gift from heaven? So that's why he says, listen, if a person exerts himself with a higher level of awe to attain a higher level of fear, wherein he stands in awe of God's majesty, if a person reaches up to Yireh Ilah, he reaches up to the higher level of fear. He's not afraid of God in his punishment. He's in awe of the Eibishter. He's in awe of God. And he wants to be a Gil Tachas Mashiach L'Asik. He reaches up, he attains the maximum, what he can attain of that awe. According to the level of his soul. then God will give him this gift. Then itself, the gift comes by itself. The gift will come from above in Ava b'tainugim, with a love of delight. Lishkei v'liachid imayira, to come and be united with the awe of God. So that's how we're going to receive Ava b'tainugim. If we can reach up to Yidei La, to the higher level of fear, which is awe of God, then it'll become naturally, this gift will come from heaven. As is a famous statement, that the way of man is to search for a woman. So the woman is the Ava Ilah, our Ava Ilah. We are the woman. And when we come up, when we bring ourselves up to have awe, automatically the Ish, the Avishter, wants to come connected to the Chesed, wants to come connected to this Yira. So the Chesed, kindness, wants to come united with awe. It's afraid of the first level of fear, but it wants to become connected naturally with the level of Yira Ilah, with the higher level of awe from above. So this is a beautiful thing. The Alter Rebbe explains that love is in the term of man or male, while fear is termed woman. That's why Chesed and Gevurah. So Ava Chesed, which is the vessel of Ava, is really masculine, and Gevurah, which is the vessel of fear, is feminine. So when that's why Knesset Yisrael is Gevurah, and we reach up to not to fear, but reach up to a higher level of awe. When we show awe to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then the giver responds. Because when we show that we are in awe of our God, that we are in awe of the giver, that we realize the greatness of Chesed, the Chesed Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not that we're afraid of God's giving or not giving. We see the greatness in God's giving. We see the beauty in this relationship. Then automatically that awakens up within the Chesed, the Midas HaChesed, which is the masculine, in God's giving, to automatically give Chesed. In spiritual terms, the way the man searches for a woman means that the love of God searches for the fear of God and dwells within it. So automatically, Eishes Chayil Miimsa, the Eibishter is looking for Ava Ilah. God is looking for that love. Chesed is looking for the Yira Ilah. Chesed is automatically looking for that Yira Ilah, for the higher level of fear. The second a person reaches up to the higher level of fear, the concept of war, then Daike Leish Lachse, Gemara says, automatically the nature of Chesed, the Ish, to look for this Yira, to look for this awe. Until a person can reach up to this level of awe, then the Chesed above is not searching for it. So we have to do Avodah, we have to work on our Yiras Hashem, on our fear of God, that we should reach up not only to fear God, the lower level of fear, to reach up to the higher level of fear, of awe of God. And naturally we'll be given a gift of Chesed, kindness, from HaKadosh Baruch. And that completes the Chitas, the Chumash, and the Til Tanya of the day. Today is the 23rd day of the month, which is chapter 108 to chapter 112. Chapter 108 to chapter 112. And if you do those chapters, you do the Chitas of the day. And I wish you all a great day. And Mitzvah, we'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Continue the Chitas.